So I'm going to the salon to take out this hair. It's really rough. I don't know if you guys can see it. Really rough. So just going to take it out. Gotcha.
That's good.
Hello guys, good morning. So I'm in Abuja for my appointment. I know I haven't said anything since morning or since I got here. But anyways, my appointment is for 8:30. I'm waiting for my Uber now. I'm already out. I followed my cousin to her office, then I'll get an Uber from here. So I'm like 10 minutes away. I just thought to update you guys. I know I haven't said anything since, but yeah, I will try and take you guys on the journey and everything. And I will see. My Uber is already here. Alright guys. Bye. Alright. Hey guys. So I had to eat and rest before coming to give you guys the gist of what happened at IRM Center. So my appointment was for 8:30. Yes, my appointment was for 8:30. I got there like few minutes, about 10 minutes after 8. Then the process, so what the process was like, basically at the gate they'll check your summary page that has all your appointment details, your reference number and all of that. Then they'll give you a tag depending on the country that you are applying to, right? Depending on the country. There were people going to Canada and then UK. I don't know if there was any other country, but like those were the two countries. Those were the two countries that I saw people going to do the test for. Then when I got in, they took like people that were going to UK. They first took us to a room, a waiting area first. That was where we stayed for some time. Then we're supposed to fill a form online. I don't know how the guy that attended to me at the gate forgot to give me the slip that had the site information where we're going to fill the online form. But when I got in, I saw some other people would sleep, but we were not even able to access the sites. I don't know. They say it was the browser we were using. It selects browser or something like that. But anyways, we're not able to access it. Then they now took us to another waiting area. There were other people there waiting. Then we had to meet the customer care. They had some people in customer care service there, so they helped us fill the form. Then after that, I went in to check my details and then sign a consent form. Then they took a capture of me, or they took a snapshot of me. Then from there, they will now direct you to the area, the X-ray area, where you're now going to go and take, where you're going to do the X-ray, right? So where you're now going to do the X-ray. Then we went there. Of course, there's queue, so turn by turn, one by one. They asked me to pack my hair. Guys, one of the reasons I did this simple hairstyle is because I was like, okay, I know I'm going to take facial recognition, or what they call it, capture, right? So I know they're going to capture me a lot during this period, like today and tomorrow. So because of that, I was like, okay, I don't want any situation where I have to start packing my hair. But guys, even for the X-ray, I didn't even know they don't need anything behind your head rather. So I packed my hair at the back at first, but they were like, nah, they don't want anything behind your head. So I had to pack my hair in front. So that was what they asked me to do. You see it in the video. So I packed my hair in front. After that, we did the X-ray. The X-ray was quick, right? We went into a room. They asked us to change, take our clothes off, and change into, you see, one gown like that. Then with that gown, you go into the X-ray room. Then they'll tell you to breathe in, breathe in deeply, right? Then breathe out, and that's it. It's like 5 seconds, and that's it. Then go back, change. Then they'll ask you to go and see the doctor. So I went to see a doctor, which was really quick. By the way, they just asked me, oh, have you been in contact with anybody that has had TB? Do you have anybody with TB in your family? Have you coughed out blood ever? Have you coughed out blood ever? Have you had cough that lasted for up to 2 weeks? Health questions related to TB. And yeah, that was it. Then I answered, and they were like, okay, I have to go to the certificate collection center, which I did. Now that was where I actually did all the waiting. By the way, this process started, my appointment was for 8:30, right? But it started I think I started the entire process by like 9 or so, right? Then I went to the collection center by 9:30. Now I waited there, and I ended up taking my certificate around 11:30. So that was literally like 2 hours waiting in that in the certificate collection center. Although they explained to us that they were having network issues, like the place where they are sending the certificate from, they have sent certificate from somewhere, I think Philippines, or I can't remember what they mentioned. Yeah, they were having network issues downloading the certificates, so we had to chill for that. And it wasn't serially, so there were actually people that came in while I was seated, and they were called to take their certificate before I was called. So it was just random. But anyways, I got my certificates. If you know this entire process, you will know that if you don't get that certificate, you like, there are people that would, like, if your X-ray is not clear, if your X-ray is not abnormal, or if it's not abnormal, then you have to do a sputum test, which takes like 8 to 10 weeks. So trust me, when you see your certificates, you'll be so excited. It's like, okay, yes. So when you get your BSc certificate after going through years of school. But basically, that was just it. The entire process was quick, very quick. So yeah, guys. One thing I would advise you is, if you're going to do your TB test, try as much as possible to do it early, because this thing I did was a risk. My IO is tomorrow, and I'm doing it today. So there were chances, like, I've seen like people's YouTube videos, or I saw someone's YouTube video where she had to take her certificate the next day. I think because of crowd, you understand. So if people are a lot and maybe they're having network issues, it can happen. ABJ was quite chilled. I just think it has to do with ABJ, or maybe because this period there's no rush, probably. You understand? But basically, what I'll just say is, if you're going to do it, please, 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 do not do it a day before your appointment date. By all means, try as much as possible to arrange yourself. It lasts for 6 months, so just try to ensure that when you're doing it, as in you can still do your bio within these 6 months, so that you don't have to do it again at the same time, so you don't have to do it late. Just, you know how your process is, so just try and arrange yourself. That was it. All in all, everything was like 3 hours roughly, or let's just say, yeah, I'm saying 3 hours because my appointment was 8:30, so let's say 8:30 to the time that I collected. But there were people that got their own earlier, so let's just say, yeah, it all depends. But that was it, guys. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is my file, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao. Hey guys, good afternoon. It's afternoon, and I'm done with my interview. No, not interview, my biometrics. Okay, guys, so my appointment was for 10 a.m., right? And I was almost late. I got there like 10 minutes to 10. And if you're late for your appointment, say your appointment time has passed, I don't know how late you have to be, then you have to pay for walking, which is like premium, pay for premium lounge, which is about 44,350 or so. Yeah, about that. So it's either you pay for that or you go back home and then book for another day, which I'm sure a lot of people would not want to do, especially people like us that, are not staying in the States. So yes, I got there around the 10. Then the first thing you need to do, or the first thing I had to do was to show my TLS confirmation page. So you print it out from your email. So I showed that to the security guy at the gate. Then he let me in. Then when I got in, I got to when I got in, I got into there was a hall. Yeah, downstairs, a lot of people were seated, so you have to wait and then arrange your documents. But the main reason we were waiting, or we had to wait, was because upstairs was crowded already. You have to wait for a number of people to be done before they will now tell you to go upstairs, because the TLS center is on the third floor. You see it in the address. There are people there, depending on the country you're going to, that will now check your documents to ensure that there are no staple pins on the documents, especially for people like us that did assisted service. Because okay, there are two services, right? There's self and there's assisted service. So if you're going to upload your document yourself, which is free on the site, you have to upload your documents before you come for your biometrics, then that's self service. But assisted service, you have to pay a fee of 12,700 naira. I think that was what I paid. For them to upload, for them to scan and upload your documents for you. So yeah, so for that one now, you have to ensure that you don't have staple pins on the documents. Like, they have to be like, free, so that it's easy for them to scan and just upload your documents. If you have any document that is not in that size, you have to pay extra as well for them to, print it out to A4 format. So the lady downstairs, that was literally what she was checking, to ensure that you had all your documents, to ensure that there were no staples, to ensure that, everything was in check. Do you understand? So you do that, then she will stamp. No, she will sign on it. When a number of people had come down and there was now space for us to go upstairs, then she now stamped our documents and then asked us to go upstairs. Then we had to stand there. I stood there for like an hour, you guys. I did not believe I could stand for an hour. Once you pass that waiting area, your phone have to be switched off. You're not supposed to make calls, you're not supposed to press your phone. So to avoid stories that touch, just switch it off. When we got in, there's a lady there that's helping to scan documents. If you need copies of your documents, then she'll help you do that. Then you have to pay with your POS, right? I think, yeah, photocopy was 100 naira per document, so I paid 200. Then I paid 550 in total, because 350 was for SMS. Then if you want to pay for courier services, say you don't want to come back to collect your passport when it's ready, you can pay there. I already paid online, so I didn't need to pay there. They later came and called people that did self-service to enter inside. So they sat down there and was waiting. But assisted service, I kind of like feel like assisted service was faster. I don't know. Then she put all my documents in a red file, and then you now enter into another room. That's where the self-service people already went and they were sitting. For some reason, I thought it was like line by line. I was like, oh my God, all these people sitting here now, I have to wait for them before I now Before I now get attended to, before I knew it, I heard my name. And then I went into one of the rooms there. Currently, that was the person that was scanning the documents. There's a screen there showing your number. You see your reference number. That's the number on your TLS, your booking reference. You get. Okay, so GF, GWF, so this thing, get ready, and all of that. I didn't see my number there. Like immediately I was done. They literally just called my name. And then I went into the room, and then the lady, so the first thing the lady did was, okay, sit down, give me your file. Then I gave her my file. I dropped my bag by the side. Then she asked me to look at the camera. The camera was like up here as she was sitting in my front. Then asked me to see my name and my date of birth. Then I did that. And I sat down back, then looked into this thing, capture film or whatever. Then they captured my face, fingerprints, 4 left, 4 right. And that was literally it. Like I was done. So it was so quick, and that was it. You know that you can track your process back on your email, right? That's another talk for another day. But literally, like immediately I got out, it had already ticked that I've done my biometric clearance. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be leaving for Port Harcourt. So yeah, my hand is paining me now. I don't know how you guys do this thing. Please be cool. I will see you guys. Bye.